haven't already, we'd like all of our organizations, actually, not only would we like it, we require all organizations to go in and update your contact information for us. And we have this all available online. So if you go to the Student Activities Office homepage and you click on the Student Organizations button, you can find your organization. So let's say we want to find the Outing Club. You go there, you find your club, pull it up, and you look to see if it's up to date. So most all organizations at some point did some transition, and depending on how busy you were in the spring, you may have got things updated or you may not. So we keep track of when it was last updated. In order to participate in the Student Activities Fair, or to reserve rooms, or to otherwise utilize some of the privileges, you need to update your information on here, and it needs to be dated May 1, 2010 or later. So if you did it yesterday, that's fine, but it cannot be before May 1, because before that, we're going to say, hey, we need to know what your current information is. So you need to come in here and update it. How do you do it? You just click on the Update Information link right here, and you fill in the new information. Tell us who you are. We need to know who your credentials are for updating this information. And then fill in the blanks. It's already there, so if some information is there, you can cut and paste and move it around. If you were the treasurer and now you're the president, you can move it around. But we want to have all that information there so that we can keep it up to date. This is how we contact you. This is how we send you emails about meetings like this, about other required information. We don't send a lot of emails to you, but this is how we keep track of that stuff. And if you don't tell us what your information is, then you can miss out on information. This is how you find out about allocations, about how you get your budget for the following year. There's a sad story or two every year from an organization that kind of just missed the boat, forget to keep things updated. Information gets sent out, letters get sent out, emails get sent out. Somehow they miss the flyers, somehow they miss the banners, somehow they miss the tables, and allocations comes and goes, and they don't get any money, and then they come and say, well, we didn't know. Well, we don't know either. We don't know how to contact you if you don't tell us who you are. So please, keep that up to date. And if you're currently a president this year and you know you're not going to be next year, do your organization a favor and take care of this for them when you do the transition. When you guys do elections and get new presidents, put this in for them. Start them off on the right foot. Make sure they're all ready to receive information and keep your organization alive and prosperous. This doesn't update in real time. This goes to a human being who will update it. We double check it, and then we update it. So if you entered in there and you go to look and you're like, oh, it's not updated. You go, do it again, send it in. Oh, it's still not updated. Do it again. We just got 3 requests from you to update your information. We'll only do it once, but we're only going to do it until we get it. So chill out. We'll get it. Our goal, we get it done within 2 business days. Usually we get it done the very next day that we put it in. So that's that. Jen touched on the key list, Jen Smith. The key list is how you keep track of who gets access to your stuff. So if you're the president, we usually want this to come from the president. So if you've got people who graduated or for some reason or another, you've got valuable stuff from your club, you keep a camera or you keep other valuable information in a locker or an office, it's your responsibility to make sure that that key list is updated. We will enforce the key list. We have student workers who work here who go through training that are as nice as they are. If they're not on the key list, even if they should be, they won't give them the key. That's really the only safeguard we have for that. So human beings, looking out for other human beings. So keep track of your organization that way. At the heart of student organizations are events and meetings and stuff going on campus. And we've got a number of resources to help you plan those events so they're successful. Jen listed a number of things that you can do, from reserving rooms, all the different setups and the tables. We've got all kinds of resources to help you be successful. And none of that costs your organization any money per se. You guys all pay into it collectively with your student activities fee, and that's what makes this building possible and all the resources that it has, from the fitness room to the tables that you're sitting, the chairs you're sitting at here, to the sound equipment to put on, to have a microphone for speakers and all those different kinds of events. So we've got a whole section under policies and guidelines to help you for planning events, and we have a required class or meeting or workshop or whatever you want to call it. We offer them twice every semester, and we call it Planning the Big Event. The first one for the semester is today at 5 o'clock, Every organization is required to attend one of these every year to get updated information. It takes about an hour, and we go through in the details how to plan an event, what resources are available to you, and we do specific Q&A if you're looking to do something specific, like, hey, we want to do a big Cinco de Mayo festival and we want to have fireworks. We have money to do it, but how do we legally do it? How do we get a permit to do fireworks? Where can we do them? We'll help you answer those questions. We've done those things before. We can help you with that. So we're going to offer it twice per semester, as I said. The first one is today at 5. It'll go till about 6. We'll have another one in October. If you, for some reason, cannot attend today, there'll be another one in October, and we can hit you with that. But we'll start immediately after this event at 5 o'clock. Let's see. Contracts. Along with event planning, your organization may want to pay either a vendor or a specialist or an expert in the field. Perhaps your organization is affiliated with an academic major, and you want to invite a visiting scholar from another university to give a lecture on a topic that is especially important. Maybe you're an early childhood club, and you want to invite the New Hampshire Teacher of the Year to come talk about what it's like, what it takes to be the Teacher of the Year, or what it takes to be a great teacher, and you want to pay that person. We do a contract for that. You guys should not sign any contracts on behalf of your student organization. Terry Potter, as the director of the hub, has the signing power to sign those contracts on your behalf so the money comes out of your account. If you sign it personally, you personally are responsible for it. Which is probably not what you were thinking of when you got into it. So, if you to start that process, you come meet with me and you say, hey Rodney, we want to hire this person. They charge $250 and they're an expert on this. Can you help me with that process? And I'll help you make that happen. It takes a little bit of time to do paperwork to make things happen, so I'd ask you to come start that process ideally a month in advance, so we can make sure that that's all set, and start it as soon as you know. And again, we'll cover all the details of that in planning the big event, but I'll answer a couple questions now, Brian, and then you.
The group is coming, and they have a contract, but they're coming, they're volunteering to come. You're not paying them. Does Terry still have to sign the contract?
It depends on what they're doing. If they're doing something that, if their activity is potentially dangerous or liable, like if they're doing some sort of a demonstration that students are going to be involved with, say it's science related and they're going to have some sort of chemicals or different interactions, yeah, then we would want to. We want to protect ourselves. We want to make sure they've got liability insurance. If they're just coming in and they're a speaker and they're just going to talk, no, we don't necessarily need that. But come talk to me, and if you're like, not sure, I'll let you know. And basically it's going to come down to, we protect our students from whatever activity, as benign as it may be or as controversial or dangerous it may be. And that's what we'll do. We'll make sure we have, that person carries insurance. If they sell food, other things like that, we'll need to make sure that they have insurance to cover themselves in the event that somebody gets sick from their food. But yeah,
thanks.
Yeah, just because they're doing it for free doesn't mean we don't need a contract, but we'll help you. Good question. Yes?
What happens if we're sharing it with someone outside, like Plymouth Historical Society sponsored someone or paid someone to come in, and we're thinking about doing the same thing, but maybe sharing the cost. Like, so what happens if it's somebody outside from the state like that?
That's a great question. Maybe you're going to split it 50-50. It costs $200. You're going to pay $100. They're going to pay $100.
So
well,
yeah,
we could do one of two things. We could do two. We could do a contract for us for $100, and then they could work with Plymouth Historical Society and do a contract. Or we might be able to work with Phil Atkinson in student accounting. That organization might be able to make a donation to your organization for their amount. That'll go into your account, and then that money gets paid for that. I think depending on the organization and how that works, we can probably do that to streamline the process. But if that's the case, come talk to us, and we'll figure it out. I haven't done that in a long time, so I don't remember what our policy was exactly on that. But we can work it out. It's not a problem. Good questions? Any other questions on contracts? The most important thing is just remember, start far in advance. Come see me. Don't sign contracts.